my least favorite Batman universe character is probably Talia al Ghul. So these next 5 minutes will painstakingly feel like 50 years to me because she's just such a bad person. Welcome back, Gothamites. If you're new here, hi. I'm London, aka History of the Batman. Welcome to another 5 Batman Essentials in 5 minutes. I'm highlighting Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul to celebrate their 50th anniversaries this year in these short histories. This one is all about the demon's daughter herself, Talia. But before we get into some legit baby mama drama, why don't you subscribe to this channel and become part of this wonderful Gothamite community. Our first story is in the Den of the Death Dealer. Talia al Ghul makes her debut in Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams' story published in 1971's Detective Comics issue 411. When Batman is knocked unconscious during an altercation with Dr. Dark and the League of Assassins, Talia saves Batman's life and unmasks him, knowing that he is Bruce Wayne. Batman confronts Dr. Dark once more and is saved again by Talia. Not only does Talia debut a month before her father, Ra's al Ghul, in comics, but she's already problematic. She knows Bruce's secret identity and she's already killed somebody. Red flags abound. Nevertheless, this is a classic Bronze Age tale from the dynamic duo of creators Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. You'll love to see it. Our next story is Batman, Son of the Demon. This story is personally my favorite in this video, and it is a 1987 one-shot by Mike W. Barr and Jerry Bingham. As both the Batman and Ra's al Ghul are hunting down an assassin named Cain, Bruce and Talia's romance blossoms to the point that they not only get married, but they consummate that marriage and Talia becomes pregnant. But when Batman cares more about a pregnant Talia than his own crusade for justice, she tells him she had a miscarriage and decides to have the marriage annulled to Batman's dismay. But in the end, surprise, she actually didn't have a miscarriage, she had a baby boy, and Batman literally has no idea. Red flags abound. Not only is Son of the Demon a stellar action story with Batsy and Roz, but it is an important one for the evolution of Bruce and Talia's very toxic as hell relationship. Our next story is Death and the Maidens. In 2003, Greg Rucka and Klaus Janson added to the histories of both Roz and Talia al Ghul in this 9-issue limited series. Talia learns she has a sister named Nisa al Ghul who was abandoned by their father Roz in the 20th century. In the present, Nisa kidnaps and brainwashes Talia in order to have her help kill Roz, leading to the Batman to protect his immortal enemy. What's crazy is that Nisa not only kills Roz, but is successful in brainwashing Talia to not only join her and lead the League of Assassins, but to disavow her beloved Bruce Wayne. Our next story is Batman and Son, and I need to put up as many red flags as possible for this story. Because in 2006, Talia comes back to her beloved's life in Grant Morrison and Andy Kubert's series, which was published in Batman's issues 654 to 658. Talia finds Bruce and introduces him to their son, Damian Wayne, who was raised by her and the League of Assassins. Retconning Barr's Son of the Demon, Bruce reveals that not only was he drugged by Talia, but she sexually assaulted him in order to use his specimen in a depraved eugenics experiment. This makes Bruce and Talia's relationship even more toxic. But this did result in Damian becoming the current Robin and a vital part of the Batman family. Our last story is The Boy Wonder Returns. And honestly, there is not enough red flags in the multiverse to put up for this story. Seen in Volume 2 of Batman Incorporated and the Leviathan Strike Saga, Talia becomes the leader of the Leviathan organization that began cloning Damian into the lethal soldier she hoped her son would become in the future. Talia places a $500 million bounty on her own child's head, officially beginning war with her beloved, which results in Damian's untimely death. I think when I read this story initially in 2013, this is when I was like, Talia al Ghul can kick rocks because there is no reason why you kill your own child. I hate it. I hate it here. And while there are several stories following that brings Damian back to life. There are even stories where Talia tries to reconcile with a resurrected Damian. Talia is still a bad person. Nevertheless, her and Roz's incredible 50-year history both really define Batman's mythos in so many ways, both on a personal level and on the level of the vigilante lifestyle. So even if these baddies are some of the worst within Batman's universe, they are still a very fascinating way to observe the history of this Caped Crusader. Thank you guys so much for watching this 5-minute Batman Essentials on Talia al Ghul. We will have more celebratory Batman videos this week, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, Gothamites, all about peace, love, and Batman. Bye.
What?